Ye hanilo premathana Koruna prachu Heno Prabhu Kota Gela Cha Cha Chaku that personality who delivered the treasure of prema bhakti who was so intense with compassion. Where is such a personality to be found as Sri Acharya Thakur, Srinivasacharya? Where are the saviors of the fallen souls? Where is my Sarup Damodar? And where are Rupa Goswami and Sanatan Goswami? Where is Raghunath Das to be found? Where are my Raghunath Bhatta and Gopal Bhatta Goswamis? Where am I to find Srila Krishnadas Kaviraj now? All at once they have gone to join Lord Gauranga, the great dancer. To reach such a perfect personality as Lord Chaitanya, I can only break my head against the stone in anguish of separation. They have all gone off together in their own pastimes. Narottam Das Thakur says, unable to obtain their association, I must simply weep. So, Srila Narottam Das Thakur ki jai. Song called Viraha Giti. And yes, today is that day when Lokanath Goswami, the guru of Narottam Das Thakur, left the world. We'll mention later about how Lokanath Goswami vowed never to accept any disciples. That was his lifelong vow. But he broke that vow for Narottam Das Thakur. But he's one of Mahaprabhu and Nityananda Prabhu's Parshada devotees, eternal associate of Mahaprabhu. And he was born in Bengal, which is now modern-day Bangladesh, in the Jeshore district, very close to the West Bengal border. And he traveled to Navadvip to meet Mahaprabhu. And he arrived at just the time where Mahaprabhu was preparing to take sannyas. And Mahaprabhu told him that his intentions, he was going to take sannyas. And Lokanath Goswami was very heartbroken. For the higher Vaishnavas, that is a tragedy of separation. And the first thing we think, Mahaprabhu will shave his beautiful hair off, his beautiful curling hair that everyone's always glorifying, and he will leave his mother and his wife, Vishnupriya, leave the comforts of home and become a beggar, neglecting himself. One definition of sannyas is voluntarily accepting inconvenience for the sake of spiritual advancement. Voluntarily accepting trouble and inconveniencing oneself, controlling the senses, the mind, giving up mundane enjoyment, fixed residence, all the comforts of a home life, becoming a beggar, becoming like a public servant. So the idea for the higher Vaishnavas, when they think Mahaprabhu is taking sannyas, they don't even want to look at a portrait, a painting of Mahaprabhu with shaved head. We saw that when our Gurudev was accepting the painting offerings of one of our devotees. She painted a whole series of Mahaprabhu's Leela according to the Premadama Stotram. So that included his sannyas pastimes. And Gurudev saw those pictures and just said, "This pains my heart." And that devotee tried to remedy the situation by painting hair on sannyasi Mahaprabhu and, making his cloth long, like a grihasta brahmacharis wear, instead of the short sannyas cloth. So not exactly the right solution, but nevertheless, we noted Gurudev's mood at seeing Mahaprabhu in his sannyas pastimes as being heartbreaking. And also we would see and hear now, during Srila Sridhar Maharaj's time, when it's that time of year, sannyas lila of Mahaprabhu every year, we observe that around Makara Sankranti, which is always in the winter, like usually January. Srila Sridhar Maharaj would close his doors, become unavailable, very withdrawn, and he would relive those pastimes of Mahaprabhu and feeling the depths of separation. And where is he going now, according to the calendar, and following, like this is the night, he comes together with Kolavecha, Sridhar's pumpkin offering, someone brings milk, someone brings sugar, Sachimata makes this kind of pumpkin sweet rice. Not exactly pumpkin, it's like a gourd. These pastimes, Srila Sridhar Maharaj would live in real time in his devotional meditation and consciousness, knowing Mahaprabhu was waking up, leaving his home at 3 a.m., Sachimata's in the doorway like a statue. So when Lokanath Goswami is hearing that Mahaprabhu will soon take sannyas, he's struck with extreme separation and lamentation. And Mahaprabhu tells him, go to Vrindavan and I will join you there. I will catch up to you there. So go, and gave instructions. Try to reestablish all the holy places of the pastimes of Krishna and the Braja Gopis and Nanda Maharaj's home and all the forests of Vrindavan. At that time, no one had gone there to do that service. It was before Rupa and Sanatan, before anyone. Mahaprabhu was first sending Lokanath Goswami. And Lokanath Goswami and Bhugharba Goswami were closely associated. You'll see Bhugharba Goswami's Samadhi Mandir at the Radha Damodar temple when you do parikrama. It's against the far wall after Rupa Goswami's Bhajan Kutir and Samadhi. Some places it's mentioned that Bhugharba Goswami was like a paternal uncle of Lokanath Goswami. Some say just very close friends, associates. So Bhugharba Goswami saw the mood of his dear Lokanath Goswami and offered to accompany him to Vrindavan and assist him, and together they would go and do this service. So they set off, and it's mentioned early in the life of Lokanath Goswami, very detached, very renounced, very devotionally inclined from childhood, and leaving home to never return. So Bhugharba Goswami knew him very well for whole life and joined Lokanath Goswami and they went to many holy places on their way to Vrindavan. That time Vrindavan was just forests, and they were wandering forest to forest with no fixed tree, not even the same tree every night. No hut, no shelter, and living in extreme renunciation. Srila Sridhar Maharaj, he was a very strict vairagi. And Bhugharba Goswami, Bhu means earth. He found some kind of underground cave room where he was living in, where he did his bhajan, bhu, earth. So he was living under the earth, where it's, that not uncommon for sadhus to find like a very secluded place where no one can find them. They can chant, they can do their bhajan in complete solitude. And also the underground keeps cool in the hot season, keeps warm in the winter time. So Bhugarbha was living in some cave, and Lokanath Goswami was going forest to forest, keeping an eye out for discovering the places of Lord Krishna's pastimes, and desiring to worship a deity. But he felt, I have no temple, I have no facilities, so it was like a personal internal desire of his. And then the Lord manifested as Radha Vinod, and became his deity, and Krishna himself came to give this deity of Radha Vinod to Lokanath Goswami. And then Krishna vanished, and Lokanath Goswami's shocked at Krishna's appearance and disappearance, but the deity started saying, don't lament, I'm here, I'm yours, and feed me, please. And always we see this with the pastimes of the associates of the Lord, like especially Sanatan Goswami's Madan Mohan. The deities wanting to feed his devotee and demanding like food, salt, and so Lokanath Goswami's heartfelt desire comes true, and he has a large bag around his neck where he carries Radha Vinod, and when he's going under the different trees every night, he's hanging the bag in the tree, and some of the Brajabasis are seeing this great personality and wanting to serve him. Can we build a temple for you? Can we build you a hut? No. And Lokanath would not accept any kind of fixed residence or temple or anything for himself or for his deity. His deity just remained with him wherever he went. And later, Mahaprabhu's, after sannyas, going on his South Indian tour, and Lokanath Goswami hears this news that the Lord is gone to South India, and he runs to run to South India means how many months would that take? And he's getting to South India and finding Mahaprabhu went to Prayag, North India. So he's running to Prayag and missing the Lord. And the Lord had already been to Vrindavan, and Lokanath Goswami missed him. And he's in so much anxiety. Then Mahaprabhu appears to him in the dream. No, you go back, concentrate on your service in Vrindavan like I requested. I'm coming, don't worry. And then shortly after that, Lokanath Goswami makes his way back to Vrindavan, where he soon meets Rupa, Sanatan, then later Raghunath Bhatta, Raghunath Das, Gopal Bhatta Goswami, the 6 Goswamis, and Bhugarbha Goswami, they're all associating with each other. And Lokanath Goswami was not known for writing anything, not famous for that. His legacy is more in the line of pure nirjan bhajan and shunning name and fame and absorbed deeply in the worship of his Radha Vinod deities. And it's always mentioned that he would turn his water pot upside down to show everyone, I don't have any water for you. Don't come and talk to me and ask me for water. Not in any rude way, but like not wanting any kind of outside influence or corruption, and not wanting to engage in any mundane, trivial conversations, just being completely aloof from the world and everybody in it. I'm not supplying water to anyone. Not even keeping it for himself. That's mentioned again and again when you hear about Lokanath Goswami. Then Rupa Sanatan disappear from the world. Narottam Das had appeared, but after Mahaprabhu's generation, he just missed Mahaprabhu, and he's growing up hearing about Mahaprabhu, and also that's a source of so much separation for Narottam Das Thakur, that I was born right after Mahaprabhu leaves the world. And like, what kind of tragedy is that? And always feeling so much separation from Mahaprabhu, and meeting so many of his associates still present on the earth and hearing about Mahaprabhu. And there's that story that Mahaprabhu was calling Narottam Das Thakur's name, Narottam, Narottam, on the banks of the Padma River, and then deposits some wealth in the river for Narottam Das Thakur. That unseen relationship unfolding and manifesting, and Narottam Das Thakur has a dream that go and take initiation from Lokanath Goswami Prabhu in Vrindavan. And that is your guru, and go and meet with the Goswamis. So, and a side note that Narottam Das Thakur came from a Raja family, not like modern day king of Thailand, but in those days, king could mean of a particular district or a particular neighborhood, particular zone, maybe like an aristocratic leader of some sort. So Narottam Das Thakur was born in that kind of aristocracy, and grew up with wealth and fine education, and very well versed and very noble. But he's very renounced, and he's going to Vrindavan to seek out the association of the Goswamis, and especially Lokanath Goswami, who vowed never to accept any disciples, lifelong vow. So Narottam Das Thakur arrives in Vrindavan. Rupa and Sanatan had already disappeared. He finds Jiva Goswami. And then he seeks out Lokanath Goswami and approaches Lokanath Goswami for initiation. Lokanath Goswami refuses, and like especially such a noble person from king's family, very that would boost his reputation as a great guru. Already Lokanath was like, forget it, because becoming an acharya, a guru, comes with name and fame. You're accepting worship from disciples. You become absolute in your position. What did Lord Acton say, his famous words? Power has the tendency to corrupt, but absolute power corrupts absolutely. Famous English historian. Absolute power corrupts absolutely. And the Vaishnavas are very aware, and Lokanath doesn't want any kind of corruption. Doesn't even want to share water with anyone. What to speak of becoming someone's worshipable guru. And so repeatedly Narottam Das Thakur is asking him, and Lokanath is refusing him. And this is going on for like a year. And Narottam Das Thakur is thinking different strategies. How can I please him? And how can I serve him in the most humble way? And the only thing that comes to mind, and the only opportunity he gets, and the idea comes to him, every day, Lokanath Goswami is going to answer the call of nature, otherwise known as passing stool in the field. And in the dead of night, Narottam Das Thakur is going and cleaning that place, like spotless clean. Everything's swept, all the stools removed. It's like becoming really nice. And for like a year, he's doing this. And Lokanath Goswami is like, what's going on here? Who's doing this? I've been coming to this spot. And so Lokanath Goswami is kind of posted watching that place, who is doing this, and sitting nearby and noticing Narottam's coming. And he's cleaning that place every night. And Lokanath Goswami confronts him, what are you doing? You're a king's boy, you're a great Vaishnava. What? Like, impossible. And please stop. And that time, some inspiration comes to the heart of Lokanath Goswami. This is Mahaprabhu's wish. Mahaprabhu told him in a dream to come take initiation for me, and he's not being deterred by my refusal, repeated refusal. And okay, the Lord wants this, and this boy is not giving up, so he accepts Narottam Das Thakur, gives him Diksha, and can see that Narottam Das Thakur is very sociable and very outgoing, very charismatic, very energetic. He's good dealing with people and sees that tendency and instructs him to go and preach, because you're skilled in preaching, and go to his area is northeastern India, which is Manipur, like Bhutan, northern West Bengal. That's where he went to preach, and made thousands and thousands, and I don't even know the number. He was hugely successful in preaching in that area, and still to this day you see his, if you go to Manipur, you'll meet many Gaudiya Vaishnavas singing his songs. There's one Manipur Gaudiya Math in Navadvip, established by by the Manipur devotees. But so Narottam connects with Jiva Goswami and Shamananda, Srinivasa Acharya together. They're like a team. Lokanath Goswami lives very long life. He was very elderly and disappeared from the world in Vrindavan. And his Samadhi Mandir is in the Gokulananda temple, Radha Gokulananda in Vrindavan. And a representative of his Radha Vinod are living in that temple, but his actual Radha Vinod are in Jaipur. If you go to Jaipur, you'll see his deities because of the Islamic invasions, destroying deities, and they moved to safety, like Govindaji and so many others, Jayadip Goswami's deities. So Radha Vinod is in Jaipur. So yeah, we see such an example to take inspiration from, to get the blessings from. When we, these disappearance days and appearance days of the Parshada devotees of the Lord, the great saints and sadhus and the higher Vaishnavas, remembering them and hearing their pastimes and meditating on them, we invoke their blessings, their merciful glance, their remembrance purifies us. I mean, we can feel it right at this moment. We're hearing about this incredible associate of Mahaprabhu and how he lived his life and what an example he showed. And that's our great fortune that we can remember them and invoke their grace and merciful glance upon us. So this is that day. Lokanath Goswami Prabhu leaves the world, and Narottam Das Thakur is mentioning him so many times in Sri Guru Charana Padma. Shri Guru Karuna Sindhu Adhama Janara Bandhu Lokanath Lokira Jivana. Lokanath Lokira Jivana. Lokanath's the life of all people. And Narottam Das Thakur took that mercy of Lokanath and spread it everywhere. To this day, we're still seeing the effects of Narottam Das Thakur's preaching, his sharing and distribution, and converting so many followers in the line of Mahaprabhu, bringing them to Mahaprabhu's feet in the Gaudiya Vaishnava tradition. So we pray today for the blessings of Lokanath Goswami, Narottam Das Thakur, Mahaprabhu, Nityananda Prabhu. And we worship this day with great care and attention and feel ourselves very fortunate to be eternally connected with Lokanath Goswami. We are related and we are in his service group by the grace of our gurus. We have, this is Shiksha Guru Parampara, and we find that that eternal grace being given to us, having such a bright, shining light and example for us to worship and follow.